Gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. Now, the support on the channel, as always, has been absolutely phenomenal. However, I don't think yesterday's episode went out to everybody. The likes were down, the views were down. I was getting comments on Twitter going, "No Road to Glory today?" ? And it was on the channel. So, thanks to those of you who turned up and left comments. Of course, on the screen right now are the absolute legends who always turn up and leave really nice comments for me, and I really am grateful for that. Thank you to you if you were the one or one of the ones who turned up yesterday and hit like on the video. If you could do the same today, that would be sensational, because obviously the video didn't really go out. I never complained about that stuff, but it was blatant to see because everything was down across all videos on everybody's channels, and people have been complaining about YouTube being broken. So if you do see the video, if you are watching right now, if you could hit that thumbs up, that would really mean a lot to me. Thank you very much. Let's move into the comments, the gameplay, and all the good juicy stuff we've got going on today. I say that as if there's a lot of good juicy stuff going on today. There's just an absolute truck ton of gameplay, and I'm going to go live after the gameplay is done, around 12 minutes or so, and we'll talk about some SBC related things and stuff along those lines. But I do have a lot of comments to get through, incidentally. So I believe I've got two from Mr. Chubby Cupcake, which is always cool. And he says, "How much longer do you reckon the Road to Glory will continue? Loving all the videos recently. Keep it up, my man. Love the quirky comments you make as well." I do try my best. Now, I don't really. It just comes naturally. So what you're seeing on screen before we get into that comment, of course, is Foot Champions gameplay. I will give you an update as to where we are with regards to how many wins we have and such like. So you can either try and count them as we go, because I'm showing you every single game. I'm showing you nearly every goal, and I'm showing you all the results as well. So, with that being said, how much longer will the Road to Glory continue? To be honest, for as long as the support on the series is still there. Like, I'm not saying that for you guys to, for a reason for you guys to hit the like button or to view it or what have you. But I will continue it so long as it gets sort of a certain number of views and a certain number of likes on the video to know that I know there's enough people interested in me continuing it. Because the last thing I want to do is to flog a dead horse, right? So if this series starts flagging and it barely hits 1,000 views, the likes don't get over 100, that kind of thing, then I know that there's just not enough people interested, and to knock it on the head, because the Road to Glories actually take me longer than any other video that I do to make. So with that being said, of course, if they're not getting the views, and it would be easier for me to go and make a player review, and I don't know really anyone who's watching it that often, then I might as well just go do player reviews. So I will continue for as long as the support is there. To be honest, though, I don't really see that going away anytime soon, because I really am enjoying the series. I'm enjoying running a Road to Glory account, because it's not something that I've done properly for a long time. Last year, like I said, I tried it, but I sort of gave up after. Well, I'd already given up this time last year, because the views weren't there, B, I wasn't really enjoying it. Gameplay for me this year, as much as I rage at it, I'm enjoying it a lot more than what I did last year. We'll talk about that again at some point. This comment from Flared Embers is something that I kind of want to address when we go live, but he does say, "Great video as always, TVM. What is the next big plan or player for the Road to Glory? Are you still thinking of a legend or a super team?" I do have a couple of ideas for players I'd like to bring in, and I would really like to bring an icon in as soon as possible, but I don't just want to go and buy the first icon I can afford, because if I was to sell the majority of my club now, or half, or 2 or 3 players, I could probably go and afford to buy an icon, but I don't want to just go and buy a baby Nakata, do you know what I mean, just for the sake of getting an icon in there. I want to be able to go and buy the icon that I want. There are a lot of icons in the game this year, and there are a lot that would fit my team, and I don't necessarily have one specific in mind, but like I said, we'll talk about that when we go live at the end of the gameplay. Who is the better striker, Mertens or Firmino? Divide asked that question. To be honest, I would have said, if you'd asked me before we've played Foot Champs yesterday, I would have said Firmino, hands down. However, Mertens has started playing very, very well, and Firmino has started to sort of fall off a little bit. He's sort of gone off the boil for me, which has been slightly irritating in front of goal. Don't get me wrong, he's still scoring his goals here or there, but he's not getting as many goals as he used to. I think now that he is in a strike partnership, obviously we're going to have to share the goals out between him and Mertens. But Mertens started off very slow, and now he's coming into his own, and he's getting more and more goals. So to be honest, I would still say Firmino, but Mertens is a very close second. Now, before we move on to any more questions or gameplay, Shaqiri got a boost yesterday. He got his shooting boosted instead of the dribbling. And, of course, his physical is still at 90. So that was a shape shift, is what they're calling it. So he now has 99 shot power and 99 long shots. So you're about to see some unbelievable goals from Shaqiri. I like it, though, to be honest, because he already had really good balance. He's got 80 reactions, I believe, and his agility wasn't too bad. So with that being said, I like that boost. If we can get that physical boosted to the sprint speed next, that would be really good. I would really like that, to have a 90-plus paced Shaqiri with 99 shooting and shot power. Mwah, can't wait for that to happen, if indeed it does. We have a very long comment here. I've got another one, which, I'll talk about that at the end, because that's going to be a very short comment. So Mr. Chubby Cupcake's second comment of the day is an interesting one, because I know it's something that a few people have asked, but I never really had the time to answer it. So this is the question. Do you reckon you will ever do a full week of squad battles? Like, you could change what you do each week. Some weeks you do squad battles, some weeks you do division rivals, some weeks you do foot champs, and maybe drafts and SBCs for another week. Oh, and then he goes on to say basically that he started at the beginning of FIFA doing squad battles on Legendary and managed to get top 100, but he doesn't have the time to do it now. Of course, I do have the time to do it. If I didn't play Weekend League and if I sort of knocked rivals on the head for a week, I could easily dedicate enough time to finish most of the sets for squad battles. The issue that I have there, right, is that it's not that fun to watch. So from an entertainment point of view, from a content creator's point of view, if I was to sit there and play squad battles, it wouldn't be interesting to watch, let's be honest. No one really wants to see you play against the AI. It's just not a thing. And even if you guys were like, you know what, I'd watch you paint a wall. It doesn't matter what you do, I just enjoy you for you, and that's awesome, and I appreciate that. But I just know that most people are going to be sat there going, I don't really care, mate, because this is AI. Plus, on top of that, the rewards. Now, I know the higher up you finish, the better the rewards are, obviously, and I know that squad battle rewards for what you have to do are actually quite good. And if you finish in Elite, the rewards are decent. But they're not as good as if you finish midway through a Weekend League or rank 3, rank 2 of Division Rivals. And I don't think I could dedicate enough time to play squad battles and finish in Elite and do Rivals to finish rank 3, rank 2, something along those lines, to be able to get some decent rewards. So, to answer your question, I could have just said no immediately, but to answer it, no, I don't think I'll ever play a full week of squad battles. I'm not ruling out, if I ever get the time, to play, I don't know, 2 or 3 sets on World Class or something like that, so we can maybe get Gold 1 rewards or something, because I don't think it would be that difficult to get Gold 2, Gold 1 rewards for playing a few sets of games. It's just a case of having the time to do it, and at the moment, at least, my time is split between Road to Glory account trying to get division rival rewards, and I'm actually trying to progress through the divisions right now. We played another game earlier, did a Shaqiri review earlier today, and that live game that I played in that review was on this account, because obviously I've got Shaqiri on this account. What's the point buying him again on my main account? Just use this one. I say spoiler alert, I'm not going to show you the gameplay here. If you want to go check out the gameplay, you can go check out the review. Spoiler alert, if you haven't already checked it, we absolutely smashed a super team, or what I would class as a super team. I'm pretty sure the comments are going to go, mate, that's not a super team. Look at that from Shaqiri. Absolutely cracking. I'm so glad I bought him. Really, really happy we got him. Not delusional at all. I'll never let that go, by the way. Either way, let's move on. So, yeah, I don't think I'll ever play squad battles all the way through. No, I mean it's a good game mode. If I wasn't a content creator and I was just a normal bloke with a normal job, coming home 9 to 5, maybe putting time in on the weekend and things like that, maybe I would skip out on Weekend League 1 week, because it is a lot of stress for most of the time, very little reward. But not because I'm a content creator, no, it's just not viable, really. So, each to their own. Lewis says, loving the Road to Glory, but do you think they'll change the rival rewards? I don't think so. And there are a few reasons why I don't think they'll do it. A, EA hate to admit they're wrong. And B, I feel like they think that they're fair. Because if you really look at them, We absolutely smashed this guy, by the way. I got lucky a few times, but we put so many goals past him, and you'd think I'd feel guilty about it as well. But I had a bit of a bad run. We went 2-0, and then we went 2-3, and I thought, oh, God, it's one of those weekends where we just completely fall apart. And when you get an opponent like this, where you know you can just smash him through the floor, I wanted to put as many goals past him as possible just for my own ego and just for my own confidence, because going into this game against a very solid Bundesliga side, I just come off the back of a 7-1 win thinking I've scored 7 goals. I am going to beat this guy. I'm going to take 2 or 3 goals from that game and I'm going to just put him in here and I'm going to play well. And if I hadn't done that and I'd sort of slowed down and I was messing about a little bit, maybe he got 1 or 2 goals back and the game had finished 4-2, 4-3, the last one, then I would have gone into this with less confidence. So with that in mind, I feel like as bad as I felt about it, because I thought, well, that guy must be on a really bad run, or maybe he's just not that great and he struggles to finish silver, anything. I felt really bad for him, but, would that person in my situation have done the same? Probably not. As we go through to score with Shaqiri in the 52nd, and I believe, yes, he did. He rage quit. So, turning our fortunes around a little bit here, actually winning more games than we're losing, which is good. Now, I think EA, going back to rival rewards very briefly before we play our last game and then go into a live portion of the video, I think EA are looking at it like Division 2 and above. I think it might even be Division 3 and above. I'm not sure of the Division 3 rewards. I can't remember what they are. But I know Division 2 and Division 1 rewards are trash bags, right? So I think as far as EA are concerned, they're probably looking at that like, if you're in Division 1 and you're hitting rank 3, you don't really need to play many games. I think I saw someone, it was a YouTuber or a pro player or something, he got rank 3 and he only played his weekend league games and he achieved rank 3. And I think that's what EA are looking at. EA don't want to give you like 200k packs or 2 ultimate packs or whatever it is for finishing in rank 3 Division 1 when they know all you're doing is playing your weekend league games, because you're not putting any extra effort in. You're just playing weekend league games, you're accumulating enough points and you finish in rank 3 because there aren't that many people in Division 1. I don't know the ins and outs of it myself, and yes, I do think that they should tweak the rewards, because it definitely should be. If you finish in rank 1 Division 1, you deserve an insane reward. You do deserve 2, 3, 4 ultimate packs. There's no reason why you shouldn't. You should be getting nearly 250,000 coins because you're at the top of your game. You are beating enough or playing enough games at the top of your game to achieve rank 1. There's no reason why you shouldn't. I don't think they will, and if they do, it'll be in 2 or 3, 4 months time when no one really cares anymore, which is a shame. EA, I think, will look at it for next year. For FIFA 20, they'll be completely reworked. But for this year, you know what they're like. They drag their heels. They don't like admitting when they're wrong. Now, let's go live and talk about where we are. I'll try not to keep you too long here, but I am going to go into a bit of detail about the things that frustrate me about playing on PC. It kind of relates to another question as to what players you want to get in your team, whether it be short-term upgrades or indeed the long-term goal. I did have long-term goals, and now they've kind of gone out the window with these SBCs. What I mean by that is, yesterday EA dropped the Prime Icons Set 2, and Prime Icons Set 1 altered the price of icons on PC, and indeed on console, of course, but on PC in particular. They altered them slightly, but not an awful lot, and I was grateful for that, and I thought, well, okay, it's not that big a deal then. Didn't even give it a second thought. Now that Prime Icons Set 2 has come out, and of course the rewards are better. These are better Prime Icons than the previous set, and you'd expect that. Each set that comes out is going to be better. You've got 90 Larson, you've got Makaleli, Trezeguet, Ferdinand, Lampard, and I would say 2 of those I would like, Ferdinand and Makaleli. Lampard's balance and agility is far too low. They're like 60-something. It's just not good enough. Trezeguet is a decent player, but I don't really need a striker that heavily right now. I prefer to have Makaleli, Ferdinand. Same story for Larson. The thing that triggers me the most here is this requirement. Iconic. Requires one icon. Doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter what, whether it's a baby, a mid, or a prime, it requires an icon. I'm not saying that they should remove this and that should be the SBC, because that would be too cheap. They should remove it, however, and replace it with either a very difficult 85, 86, or 87 required team, or even an 86 with a brick slot, or something like that, just to make it expensive, but maxed out at say 300,000-400,000 coins, as opposed to the sheer cliff face that I have to pay in order to get an icon on PC. And it's not just that I'm saying it for PC, I think it's for console as well. It would be much more viable to say, hey, you can do this SBC, but you've got to submit an 84, 85, 86, and an 87 rated team, as well as a couple of other dodgy requirements where you need 3 or 4 informs, yada, yada, yada. But look at this now, right? Icon filter. How much money do I have to put in here? Let's try 750, right? And see if we can get an icon for 750. 1. Raul. And I tell you what, I've tried to record this section of the video like 4 times. We had Overmars, we had Giggs, and we had Cannavaro. They've all gone, so they're all being sold. They're all going, right? This is brand new. It's only been up for a minute. It will go in a matter of 5 or 10 minutes, if that, right? And, he's not even a bad card, but he's actually a very good card. Someone I wouldn't mind on the road to glory. He would suit me quite well. However, that is just going to be rinsed into an SBC, and someone's going to go and get a Makalele instead of it. So they're very expensive on PC, and it is my own fault for playing on PC, but the positives do far outweigh the negatives. And in fact, that I get 60 FPS recording. I know you can get that on console easy enough these days, but I don't get any input delay or anything like that people suffer with, because the player pool is so low on PC. The servers cope with it very, very well, and I don't have to worry about, gameplay is terrible today. I haven't had to suffer from that for 3 years, so I can play at any time of the day, whenever I want, against whomever I want. I don't lag, and I don't get input delay or slow gameplay or any of that rubbish that you get on console. The menus are super snappy, to which I don't feel like they are on console. There's just a lot of positives. The only negative for me, really, is the market. And it's only toward icons, really, because normal players and informs tend to be around the same price anyway, if not much cheaper. So it's just icons. Which brings me to the question, really, what upgrades do you want? Because if you'd asked me that, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago, I would say, well, the long-term goal is to get, instead of Mertens, maybe I'd like a Gianfranco Zola type of player, maybe even someone like Ronaldinho. As a CDM option, someone like Makalele, Vieira, Ballack or something along those lines would be cool. And then at left back, I wouldn't mind someone like Roberto Carlos or something. I mean, it's just a pipe dream, I know, but those would be the go-to areas I'd like to improve. Maybe even get someone like Rio Ferdinand as a centre-back. Sol Campbell doesn't look that bad either, to be fair. And there are loads of options. But now, I think the only goal of the series for me is to eventually get one icon, because they are so expensive, and they're only going to go up in price as well. I might go buy one on my main account and just leave it there and see what happens with it, but they're only going to go up because every icon SBC that comes out is going to require an icon. They're not going to release Thierry Henry's Prime card and say, for this one we're going to lay you off, you don't need an icon card. They just won't do it because it won't be fair, and then, yeah, it just won't work. So every icon SBC is going to require an icon now, which is a shame. But it kind of does bring me on to rewards. And this will be the final portion of the video. As you can see, or as you can't see, but I'll tell you, we're in Division 4. In fact, I'll show you. We're in Division 4. Our skill rating is 1714. I don't play Division Rivals as often as maybe I should do, and that's why my skill rating is it doesn't go up that often. It doesn't go down that often. I just don't play enough of Rivals, and it doesn't go up through Weekend League, of course. So I am going to try my best to get to Division 3 as soon as possible. I don't think I'll do it this week, but I will try my best to get there for next week. I don't know what the rewards are like compared to Division 4. Maybe I'll have to have a look at that before we decide to do it, because even though I'd love to be playing against better people to improve, I would much rather take rewards over playing against better people at this stage, because I'm all about packs. Speaking of packs, we're at 8,400 right now, points, and it's 9,790 for rank 1. Now I know that's obviously not going to remain the same, it will go up. However, I'm actually going to gun for rank 1 this week. I'm going to play Division Rival games in between Weekend League games over the weekend. I'm going to smash it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and hopefully finish rank 1. If I play 5 or 6 games a day, I should be okay, providing that I win maybe 4 of them. So, I should be okay to finish rank 1 if I dedicate enough time to it, which I'm hoping to be able to do. Question is then, though, do we take 65,000 coins, or do we take 135k, 150k, and 145k, and of course the untradeable double of that, 2 of each. I said last week I wasn't going to take untradeable rewards anymore, but if we think about it, when are we ever going to get 750,000 coins to go and buy an icon? I'm going to need to get the pack luck that I got yesterday on my main account, where I packed Paul Pogba, and packing Paul Pogba netted me nearly 650,000 coins. Don't know what he is on console, but on PC he sold for 640, right, which was just crazy. So if I was to do that, tradable, happy days. Chances of that happening, slim to none. I got him out of a 50k pack, but it took me 7 of them to get a walkout, and it was Paul Pogba, thankfully enough. If I took 65,000 coins and say, for instance, in Weekend League, I can't show you the reward structure there because it would give my record away and spoil tomorrow's video, or half of it at least. If I were to take 65,000 coins and assume that we were going to finish, that's just for argument's sake, say I crumble and finish gold 3, that's 30,000 coins. So it's 95,000 coins for rewards on top of the 50k I already have. So we're sat at around 150k, there or thereabouts. I can't really improve my team for that, on top of what I already have. We're going to get a few packs back, but I don't know whether I should take coins this week. And then you could say, well, take the coins, sit on the coins, and then next week take the coins, and then you'll be up to 300k. And then next week you'll be up to 450, and so on and so forth. But is that the right decision? Should that be what I'm looking to do, just to try and stockpile as many coins as possible? Let me know in the comment section down below. What would you do? Would you sit there and say to yourself, you know, let's be sensible about this. Let's try and finish rank 1 every week, or, you know, rank 2 is what, 58k or 50k? Okay, it's a lot less, isn't it? That's an extra 15,000 coins. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but, you know, should we try and finish, you know, as high as we can every week, rank 2, rank 1, and try and take the coins every single week and just stockpile? Maybe don't improve the team for the next couple of weeks. Stick to what we have. And build up those coins, and maybe go out and buy ourselves an icon or a big player. It doesn't have to be an icon, but it can be okay, Ronaldo's probably too expensive, but someone like that, a Messi, a Ronaldo, a big name is what I'm saying. Maybe even a Paul Pogba, that kind of thing. Let me know down below what you would do and what is your current situation right now, because I'd be interested to know, because tomorrow's episode again is going to be very much like this one. We're going to have a lot of gameplay, but I will have a pack or two to open tomorrow. I'm hoping EA drops something SBC wise, but I do have a foot swap token redemption thing on the way, so we'll have a 35k pack, I think. I mean, to be honest, I could take the players, 284 rated players could go into an SBC, but that icon is putting me off because I just don't think I'll ever be able to do it. We could maybe try and get a 50k or 100k pack out of the icon set. That's an option. Let me know whether you think I should do that as well. And I shall see you guys tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and until then, goodbye.